What's up, everybody? Cinephile Mike here, and we are in season 4 of awards season reviews. We're counting down to the 98th Academy Awards with 98 reviews in 98 days. If you don't want to miss any of the reviews coming your way, you know what you got to do. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of the goodness coming your way. Today, it's Monday, so that means we're kicking off our 10th theme week, and it is BAFTA week. All the films I'm talking about this week are nominated for at least one BAFTA, the British equivalent of the Oscars, and possibly others. With final BAFTA voting happening now through February 17th, maybe these reviews will help some of you make your choices if you're on the committee. To kick it off, I'm looking at Netflix's timely A House of Dynamite. Written by Noah Oppenheim and directed by Oscar history maker Catherine Bigelow, the film premiered at the Venice Film Festival in September before landing on the streamer in October. Inside the White House Situation Room, Captain Olivia Walker, played by Rebecca Ferguson, is monitoring a growing list of international concerns when an alert from the Pacific changes everything. What initially looks like another routine missile test quickly becomes something far more serious when tracking systems show an unidentified ICBM entering low orbit with a projected path toward the United States. With only minutes to respond, uncertainty becomes the most dangerous factor in the room. As military and civilian leaders, such as Secretary of Defense Reed Baker, played by Jared Harris, a FEMA official, Kathy Rogers, played by Moses Ingram, the director of the White House Situation Room, Admiral Mark Miller, played by Jason Clark, and a military commander on the ground, Major Daniel Gonzalez, played by Anthony Ramos, amongst so many others, join emergency briefings from across the country. Protocols escalate and hard decisions are forced into real time. Failed interception attempts raise the threat level even further, while advisors debate whether retaliation should occur without absolute certainty who launched this missile. The president, played by Idris Elba, is pulled into a series of rapidly unfolding conversations that expose the tension between military readiness, political consequence, and the terrifying permanence of a single command. At the same time, the film follows those operating behind the scenes and on the ground. The officers tasked with launching defenses, the advisors arguing for restraint, and the families caught in the path of an event that, they barely understand. Told across a narrow window of time and from multiple vantage points, A House of Dynamite chronicles the moments between detection and impact, when communication falters, fear sets in, and the weight of global power rests on human judgment. Just repeating all of that and thinking about this film again as I was preparing for this review makes my stomach tighten all over again. Catherine Bigelow structures this film around the same short window of time replayed from multiple perspectives, and the result is deeply unsettling. Rather than giving the audience a single hero or viewpoint to latch onto, the film is constantly shifting focus, reminding us how fragmented decision-making becomes when every second counts and nobody has the full picture of what's going on. The ensemble is stacked. Several performances rise above an already impressive field. Rebecca Ferguson has a quiet intensity that, kind of grounds the chaos she's in. Anthony Ramos, Moses Ingram adds some nice emotional weight at key moments. And then, Idris Elba, his presence alone carries authority, and now with the doubt and the consequence in the role that he's playing as a president, it's a performance that anchors, many of the film's most major exchanges without tipping into melodrama. Now, from a craft standpoint, this film, it's a masterclass in controlled tension. The sound design is absolutely essential here. There's overlapping phone calls, alarms, aircraft noise, environmental audio, which does as much storytelling as the visuals. Volker Bertelmann's score subtly works beneath it all, pushing and pulling at the audience's nerves without ever overpowering the moment. Editor Kirk Baxter deserves equal praise for balancing these converging storylines with remarkable clarity. Here's the thing, A House of Dynamite may not be a traditional horror film, but it is one of the most terrifying experiences of the year precisely because everything it depicts feels possible. which is a chilling reminder of how fragile our systems and our decisions really are. Now let's talk about the box office and the awards. So as this is a Netflix film, there's no domestic numbers that I can really share, but there was an international release, and thereby that money becomes worldwide. The film made $13,567. Almost equal critically, the film currently sits with a 75% tomato meter from 259 critical reviews, and from over 100 audience reviews, a 77% on the popcorn meter. Award season-wise, while shockingly no Oscar love, though the score was shortlisted. Sorry, Volker, that you did not get a nomination. Kirk Baxter is rightly nominated for Best Editing at the BAFTAs. The film was also nominated for the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. It was a Best Editing nominee at the Critics' Choice Awards. And aside from these major award circuits, the film has over a dozen nods from various film critic circles and festivals, including 3 nominations from the AARP Movies for Grown-Ups Awards, Best Movie, Best Director, and Best Ensemble. So where do I land for this one? I have to be honest, while it may be divisive and I don't love some of the choices made by the characters, not the filmmakers. Let me separate. Everything that the filmmakers did here, I love. The decisions that some of the characters make, I do not. This film, tragically, it's almost could be a little prophetic. It almost is like a companion piece to last year's Civil War, the Alex Garland film. A House of Dynamite, it's powerful, it's stressful, but it's incredible. It's 5 stars. If you haven't seen this one, unless you are against films that look at circumstances like this, political circumstances like this, head over to Netflix. I do not think you will regret it. All right. Thank you all for joining me for episode 64 of Award Season Reviews. We've got 34 days left, so make sure you stay with me. Just a little over a month, and then we're going to be at the Oscars. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere, social platforms, Letterboxd, and of course, head over to cinephilemike.com, my website, for even more movie reviews and movie goodness, including some interviews with recent Oscar and BAFTA nominees. I'll be back tomorrow with the next review, but until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.